in the north than we have in the south. Do you know, in the whole west, we have just Yoruba. In the whole, east, we have just Igbos. If you go to Adamawa, from this street to this street, you see different people. They don't speak the same language. They don't have the same culture. The only thing they have in common is that they are living side by side. They are neighbors and they respect themselves. They are not. Some are not Christians. Some are not Muslims. So these people now, they are now becoming aware of what the government is doing. That they want to Fulanize this country. They want to grab the whole land and take everything. Now, how can you explain a situation like this? You arrest agitators. But you refuse to arrest bandits. You arrest agitators, but you refuse to arrest terrorists, people who have shot down a country's aircraft, people who have hosted a flag in Mina, less than 2 hours to your capital. Have you ever heard about that story? It has died down because the government is a terrorist. I repeat, the Nigerian government is a terrorist government. If let us call a spade, and let us not pretend about it. Igboho and Kanu are not supposed to be on trial. It is Buhari that is supposed to be on trial. Buhari is very unpatriotic Nigeria. I'm saying it without, I'm not mising word. Buhari is a very unpatriotic Nigeria. In fact, he should be tried for treason. I'll tell you why. Some time ago, Buhari went to America, sat down there comfortably, discussing with the President of America, telling the President of America that our problem stems from Libya. That people who were fighting in Libya after the war had brought in arms and ammunition, sophisticated arms and ammunition to the Sahel and have trickled down to Nigeria, and they are the cause of the instability in Nigeria, making it clear that it is not Nigerians that are causing our problems. They are foreigners. He went to London, he repeated this thing. Many other state governors in the north, what's his name now? Danguje, the Bauchi governor, they have said this problem is not being caused by Nigerians. That there are some people, some Fulanis from the other countries coming into Nigeria as a result of the ECOWAS protocol of movement. They've come into Nigeria and they are the ones causing this problem. Now, if these are established facts, would you prefer these foreigners to your own countrymen? Why will you allow these foreigners to be killing your own countrymen and you refuse your fellow compatriots? You're allowing them to kill them and you're not doing anything. You're allowing them to shut down your educational system. They kidnap children, rape them, sodomize them, ask for ransom. Nobody's been arrested. Nobody's been prosecuted. What do you call that? Is that not being the act of lack of patriotism? Is that not treason? But you now, people who are saying, no, you are not giving us enough job. You are not taking care of this. This is my resources that God gave me. Let me have enough. Let me stay under this. We agree on this Nigeria, but let's negotiate this thing in line with what our founding fathers have brought us together, the basis. You say no, but yet you allow people to be killing people who are killing your own people, attacking the sovereignty of this country by hosting their flag. You have not tried them. You have not prosecuted them. You have forgiven them. You have sent them abroad for school, to school. You have reintegrated them into the society. So who is supposed to stand trial? Malami is supposed to stand trial. Buhari is supposed to stand. They are the ones that should be prosecuted, not Kanu, not Igboho.
Let's look at the Kanu's trial.
Yeah.
As an example, so to say. Kanu's well-being in the custody of the Nigerian government has now been a matter of monumental importance. And considering the fallout of the extrajudicial treatment, so to say, from arrest to the possibility of his torture and imprisonment with trial. And as one begins to wonder whether this is going to fuel more grievances, considering the fact that if the DSS failed to produce him in court for trial on Monday, and the court had to adjourn the trial to the 24th of October. I mean, what's the legality of that action? Shouldn't the government have produced this witness in court? And shouldn't the courts have taken more concrete stance instead of adjourning the matter? Why is the government failing to produce Nnamdi Kanu in courts? Let's get your view on this matter.
That's to tell you that the government and the people in government see themselves superior to others, that they can do anything to others without any consequence. How, if you as a government can spend money to, I don't use the word extradite, or what do you call it, from outside this country to bring this man here, if you can do that, then why can't you prosecute him? Then what's the essence of bringing him? To punish him? Kanu is innocent until proved guilty. He must be accorded all the respect of an innocent Nigerian citizen who is standing trial. There's no way that, in fact, it is highly irresponsible of the government, highly irresponsible and unacceptable to us, that they will come to court and start telling. That's how they manage this country. Ordinarily, to bring somebody in detention to court, you cannot. Can you manage a country? So there's no excuse, except they are just trying to douse tension, because actually, if Kanu had come to court that day, I don't know what would, to have been a different kettle of fish. So maybe the government is trying to study. I'm not making a case for them, but then there are ways they can handle this thing. Bring this man to court. The fact that the courts are going on vacation, yes, I agree, but you have this is a national issue, whether you like it or not, because it concerns one of the most the major ethnic group in Nigeria. You understand? And it's also a very powerful ethnic group in Nigeria. It concerns them, and that is why the government should expeditiously dispense with this case and let justice be done. Let justice prevail. That's it. There's no need to waste time. They should bring this man to court and prosecute him. If they think he has done, they have to prove their case beyond all reasonable doubt.
Now, let me get your view on this, considering the actions of the government itself and the security forces and the drama that ensued on that day. I'm sure you heard about the fact that even the lawyers were earlier prevented from entering the courtroom at that particular day, which is quite weird, given the fact that he needed to have his legal representation, and the fact that some of the lawyers, he has not even been granted access to his lawyers. Now, there are concerns among the Easterners at this point in time, the Southeasterners, that Kanu may have been dead, or something may have happened to him, as a matter of fact, while he's still in the DSS custody, for the failure of the DSS to produce him. Now, the concerns now is that, will this not fuel more grievances of this separationist movement?
Well, like I said earlier on, this is a government that does not respect rule of law. They don't respect rule of law. They don't play the game according to the rules. They don't respect rule of law. So they do everything half-assedly with impunity, that nothing will happen. I'll give you an instance. Look at the government that removed the CJ via a motion ex parte. Nothing happened. But you see, the Southerners never saw it coming. They never saw it coming. They removed your CJ by mere motion ex parte, that the man was corrupt. He did not sign a form. The man did not sign a form. Yes, we know it is wrong. Is he the only one that have not signed the form? Till today, the person that took his office, has he submitted his form? But that is a government with impunity. That is a government that does not respect rule of law. They don't respect rule of law, but they want rule of law to apply to other people because they are above the law. So the refusal to bring Kanu to court, like I said, is unacceptable. It is height of it's height of irresponsibility on their part, and it's bringing more suspicion that something would have happened. But I don't think anything has happened to Kanu. But there's no reason why they should not expedite this action. And as for the people involved, the Southeast, I advise them to be calm, to be law-abiding, because if they are not calm and law-abiding, if they descend so low with this government is already in the mud. They should not join this government in the mud, because if they join this government in the mud, the government will rob them poto poto. So the best thing is for them to be calm. It's not my advice to my Igbo brothers. It's not about physical strength. This war is a war of wit and intelligence. That is what will happen. It's a battle of wit, and it's not the war. It's not a physical stuff. Because if you are ready to battle the government, then you must be ready to battle the government. If you want to talk to the government, you must continue to talk to the government, and we all will see what is happening. That brings me to the issue of self-defense. Now, you see, the government as it is has disarmed Nigerians. They have disarmed Nigerians. And Nigerians have the myth. There's a mythology that Nigerians cannot own gun. It is not true. I'm advising every Nigerian, apply for guns. If the government fails to give you a gun, then there is need, then there will be the basis for civil disobedience. That's what we call civil disobedience. It is high time that Nigerians will have to display their own side of civility by disobeying the government. We can do it because the government is overstretched. What the government does not understand is that if there's a complete breakdown of law and order, the government cannot handle it. How many military men do we have? How many police? If, for instance, there is problem in Kafanchan right now, there's one in Bauchi, there's one in Plateau, there's like that all over scattered, there's confusion, there's breakdown of law. Which government can handle it? No government can handle it. No government can handle it. So the bottom line is that the government should not allow Nigerians to go to the extent of disobeying the state, because the state has lost its legitimacy without knowing. Nigerian state has lost its legitimacy, because very soon people will not respect the state anymore. They will do what pleases them, and there's nothing the state can do.
Now, what in your own opinion should the government be doing at this point in time in order to address Nigerians' legitimate concerns instead of attacking secessionist leaders? Looking at it as a means of killing separatist movement.
I don't want to use that word secessionist. When we get to that stage, you will know. Igbo and Nnamdi, they are children now. When secession, you see, as far as this issue of agitation, secession, and all that is concerned, okay, what we have now, they're just agitators. When you talk about secession, you don't secede with mouth. You secede with arms and ammunition. That's when we get to that bridge, the government will understand. And mind you, right now, Kanu and Igboho, they are polished people. They are polished people that can still talk. The people that will come, there are people that cannot talk, people that